whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, Since thou art laid down, no fella is come up against us. The glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, and the box together, to beautify the place of my sanctuary. And I will make the place of my feet glorious.
Because the Lord is going to restore everything. You're going to have a total different vibration on the earth, a total different smell. You're not going to be walking down the street and smell shit and piss, you know, and no foul odors or nothing like that, because the lungs of the earth are going to be given back to it, which is all these trees and all of these flowers, and it's going to be a whole total different vibration. You know, you're going to see the aura and how things are going to change and how elevated things are going to be. Our senses are going to be heightened, you know? Everything about us is going to be glorified.
For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. But be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem, and joy in my people. And the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. There shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that hath not filled his days. The child shall die 100 years old. But the sinner, being 100 years old, shall be accursed. And they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. They shall not build, and another inhabit. They shall not plant, and another eat. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and mine elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. They shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of the Lord, and their offspring with them. And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear. The wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock, and dust shall be the serpent's meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, saith the Lord.
The Lord said that on the Heavenly Father's right hand there are pleasures evermore. And it says that I have not seen, neither ear heard the things that the Lord hath prepared for them that wait for him. You know, there's a whole nother world of greatness that awaits us when the kingdom of heaven is established. It's not seen in this society. In this society, we only see carnal things that reason offers in this society. But when the kingdom is established, the Lord is going to open us up to a whole nother world, you know, of pleasure, of knowledge, of wisdom, understanding, you know, just, I mean, can't even be put into words, you know, because our imagination only goes but so far.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to us younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashim Shah, pushing to get up out of there. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Shah. All right, and what we're going to get into today, all right, this morning, you know, news and prophecy. All right, evil and only evil is come. All right, because as you can see, when you look out into the news and how things are unfolding, well, there's only bad news for this society. You know, if your trust, okay, is in America, all right, this system, you know, being up and running, well, you only have bad news ahead. All right, because the Lord is getting ready to judge, okay, this place and these people. Okay, there's a global judgment getting ready to happen in the earth, and there's going to be an emphasis on America, which is the whore. Okay, and what we're going to see is America go through plague after plague. You know, because we read about you know ancient Egypt. You know how the Lord just brought back to back, okay, plagues upon that place until it was just completely destroyed. Okay, well we're finna see the same thing in America. Matter of fact, I think uh in that chapter. Let's get that real quick. You know, we start off there. You know, because you read those things, but we have to understand that people actually suffered each and every plague. You know, the Nile, which was their water source, becoming blood. You know, the insects, the frogs, the hail. All right, the darkness. Like people went through that. Like it was just back to back, and the Lord was just terrorizing the Egyptians, man. Okay. Well, guess what? He's finna do, all right, the same thing on a much bigger scale here in America, man. Okay. See, this crying about, food stamps and hood, this is the beginning of the beginning. Okay. This is the beginning of plagues, man. You know, it gets way worse. All right. It's only bad news to come, all right, to America, man. All right. And if America is what you trust in and what you want to stand on, you're going to be extremely disappointed. You're going to be terrorized by Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, the king of terrors. You know, it's going to be back to back bad news, man. It's the only thing that's coming for this place is bad news. And this is what this place has worked for. Okay. This place has deserved everything that's coming. It has worked to earn everything that's coming, man. All right. So you get second Ezra 15 and 11 and said, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and that's Yahweh Shai. Okay. And that them is the elect, man. So here it is. The Lord has allotted this grace period for our people to come back. And majority of our people, they refused. They got worse. They bucked up against the prophets and got worse. Okay. So now that judgment is at the door, stop saying this shit. Oh, the kids. Hey, fuck them kids, man. Okay, and you niggas don't care about no kids, man. Look at the situation you bring these kids into. Look at what you expose these children to on a day to day. Okay, so stop all this now judgment at the door. See that my kids, hey, your kids finna get judged with you, man. Okay, the Lord got judgment that He's finna put in the earth, man. Okay, the grace period, all right, is still open. The Lord still has His prophets. Okay, extending mercy. All right, through this word. And what are you niggas talking about doing, man? Okay? Like you got some type of power within yourself to go make something happen. Okay? Nah, man, the Lord just finna judge you, man. This unruly, wicked, all right, generation of the 2/3 finna be judged, man. Okay? And they're just a part of the Lord's judgment because you Edomites finna lose, you heathens finna lose. Okay? Everyone is about to lose except for the elect, man. And we shouldn't have any pity for these people, man. You shouldn't get caught up in these little individual stories and these gripes. Nah, man. You've been playing, you proud, okay, and you're still proud, you're still not humbling down. So the Lord finna send judgment, man. Okay, and famine is a major part of the Lord's judgment. Okay. And it says, and smite Egypt, and it says, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof, man. So just like the Lord brought back to back calamities, back to back to back to back to back calamities on ancient Egypt, He finna do the same thing here. You see, we have to understand this is real. This ain't just been brothers getting on the internet and ranting and venting about what we don't like about this society. No, the judgment here now. Okay, now with the actual judgment aspect where the Lord finna make shit real. Cause people play too goddamn much, man. People have been proud. Okay, no one can say that these people ain't been proud and they're still proud. Okay, they still got a proud look. Okay, and the Lord is activating judgment, and these people still got a proud look, talking about what they gonna do. All right, and I can't wait to see it. Okay, you brothers, you sisters, get your popcorn ready, man. Stay out these people way, all right, and watch this shit get chaotic, okay, and watch judgment getting ready to unfold, man. Second Ezra 8 and 50, it says, for many great misery shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because, okay, the reason they walk in great pride. Okay, pride is finna be addressed. Okay, if a brother can post that in Proverbs 6 and 16, I want to say, in verse 17. All right, and one of the things that the Lord hates is what is a proud look, man. All right, and these people have had a proud look, man. They've been rebellious against righteousness. Okay, they've been rebellious against Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, and they've been proud in it, man. Okay, they've been rebellious against any type of order, any type of correction. They rebelled against it. Now judgment is here. Now suffering is here. Now you finna dwell in torments. Okay, don't nobody care about no goddamn. You can't get enough for Thanksgiving, Christmas. That's wicked anyway. That's and here it is. Judgment is going forth, and all you can think about is pagan holidays, man. That's the reason why the Most High is pissed. Okay, that you won't leave off from idolatry, man. Okay, Second Ezra 15 and 18, it says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid," man. So these cities are finna be troubled, man. Okay, the Lord finna bring trouble to this place, man. All right, it's going into a whole new phase, man. You know, ever since the Day of Atonement to now, man, the Lord has taken this thing to a whole another phase, man. Okay, and it only gets worse, man. Okay, even if they do start back those stamps, man, it's a prelude of what's to come. We've seen the prelude of what it's going to be, you know, and it's going to what people going to go if they activate them stamps. What are people going to do? They're going to go right back into their pride. Okay, they're going to be even more proud and more numb to the word. But that's what the Lord wants. Okay, because there's a time that it's not going to come back. You know, we hope it's this time. All right, but we know it's a time when it's not going to come back, man. Okay, it's Ezekiel 7 and 1. Let me see. Yeah, let's get that. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7, verse 1. "Moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al Shai came unto me, saying, Also, thou son of man, thus said the Lord, power unto the land of Israel, and end." All right, the end is come upon the four corners of the land. And this is speaking to you tribes, okay, because this was addressing the actual people in the land. All right, who was in the land. All right, and the Babylonians, you know, were taking us down. Okay, but now over here in America, Babylon the Great, well, there's gonna be a greater takedown, okay, of the tribes, man. Okay, it says, "Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send my anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations." Okay, so this culture that our people have, all right, which is a culture of sin, degeneracy, rebellion, murder, adultery, robbery. Okay, so this culture of death that our people have is finna be judged. You see, this rebellious culture that our people glorify in is about to be judged, man. Now the Lord is finna judge you for your abominations, man. You know, and you had ample time to repent. Okay, it says, "In my eyes, and my eyes shall not spare thee." See, we gotta be in this spirit, man. You know, neither will I have pity. We gotta be in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, man. Okay, the Lord not worried about these case by case situation with these niggas, man. The Lord lumping these niggas up for judgment, man. The nigga woman, all right, and all right, these little nigga babies, man. Okay, they're all being lumped up for judgment, man. The Lord ain't having no pity, man. When He send out these plagues, man, there's gonna be no pity for 2/3, man. All right, it said, "But I will recompense thy ways upon thee." All right, "and thine abomination shall be in the midst of thee, and you shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al Shai," man. The Lord is finna introduce Himself to 2/3 through pain. All right, because they didn't receive the verbal warning. So the Lord is finna introduce Himself through pain to these niggas, man. Through suffering, through torments, man. Okay, these niggas gonna get humble before they're judged. They're finna be humble in the midst of them. All right, in the midst of the judgment, man. Okay, and it said, "Thus said the Lord, power and evil and only evil is come. Behold, it said, so like I said, therefore, said the Lord, power and evil, which is bad time, and only evil and only bad times, behold, is come. That's the only thing you niggas got to look forward to, man. All right, you Americans, man, you Edomites too, man. Okay, all you people that's on the outside, okay, of the hopeful elect, man, the only thing you have to look forward to is evil and only evil, man. Okay, and the end is come, and watch it for thee. Behold, it is come. Okay, so now we're here. You know, people have talked all that shit, been proud, been rebellious, and they've talked their way right into this judgment, man, right into these evil times. Okay, and we're finna see a lot of pride get broken in the earth, man. Okay, that's what we finna see. You know, Abaradazai, you know, we all right maintain the Lord's mercy, man. Okay, so let's go here. We got a few videos. Okay, quite a few things to get into, but you know, the happiness. All right, and so you Israelites, you got comfortable, you got proud. Okay, and, you know, you fully dependent on your enemy, and now you finna lose. Okay, and then what's being exposed is how entitled, all right, and proud you niggas are, man. Okay, and these government assistants have made you the sorriest batch of niggas and women, okay, in history, man. Okay, so let's play this.
Taxpayer work for us. They work for me.
Donald motherfucking Orange Man J. Trump. I'm gonna tell you just like this. What the fuck you mean?
I'm fucking upset.
And I only pay $50 in rent. Does that make you angry? Does that make you shiver in your boots? Does that make you want to punch me in my face?
They gotta help me feed my fucking kids.
They turned off EBT since the shutdown. I can't use EBT in November. I got 7 kids with 7 daddies.
I want my EBT, yo. I want my EBT.
They laughed when the card swiped, bragged about free food, made babies with no plan, built entire lifestyles around a government benefit they thought would never end. Now the card's empty, and so are the fridges. People are crashing out, not because they were blindsided, but because they never believed the help would stop. They ignored the warnings, they ignored the deadlines, they ignored the fact that SNAP was never meant to be forever. And while some are genuinely suffering, the elderly, the disabled, the working poor who relied on every dollar, others are spiraling because their safety net turned into a hammock. And now that it's gone, they don't know how to stand. This isn't just a story about food stamps. It's a story about what happens when comfort replaces responsibility, when dependency becomes identity, when people forget that help is supposed to help you move, not keep you still. And now the stillness is breaking, fast.
I got an email from EBT. I used to get $740 a month for my 2 kids. And we not getting EBT no more. They took the EBT. They saying I gotta work 20 hours a week. I'm not working for nobody. Get the fuck out of here. This is what Americans, taxpayer, work for us. They work for me. They gotta help me feed my fucking kids. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be quitters now. Y'all been helping us all this fucking time. Now y'all want to tap out. Get the fuck out of here. I want my EBT, yo. I want my EBT, and I'm not working for nobody. I'm a fucking boss. What the fuck I look like working when the government is here to help? Come on. Y'all send all that money to Iraq, Ukraine. Y'all funding all these wars. But when it's time to help the Americans, y'all don't want to fucking help us? I need my fucking EBT, yo. I need my money, yo. I need my fucking EBT. Stop fucking playing with me, yo.
I swear to God, y'all gonna get tired of me. Y'all gonna get tired of seeing my face in this motherfucking bonnet. Y'all gonna get motherfucking tired of me talking because I'm fucking upset. It's bad enough I gotta pay rent. It's bad enough I got a car note. It's bad enough we gotta pay insurance. It's bad enough we gotta pay light bill. It's bad enough we gotta pay for gas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's too much. And then on top of that, I'm pregnant. Like, what the fuck?
Right on cue, pregnant. Okay, and see what's finna happen, man. All right, and the Lord tired of you and your goddamn bunny too, man. Okay, and the Lord finna show you he tired. You see all this talking and ranting. All right, and the Lord finna show niggas, man, the nigga woman. All right, and what you have also, you have a divide between the taxpayers and these freeloaders, and there's other people on it, but who's on the front line making themselves like a goddamn fool on the internet with this shit? Okay, you tribes, man, because the emphasis is gonna be on you tribes. Okay, and this another thing too. All this poor decision making that this system incentivize you to make, now that shit finna hurt. You see, now you finna suffer for this poor ass decision making, man. Okay, everybody act like they just got into these predicaments. They just woke up and they was in these bad predicaments. No, these are a line of continual generation poor decision making, man. One thing that nigga culture has passed down to each generation is poor decision making. Okay, because there was a time when you can even pass down your government assistance to somebody else. Like an inheritance, man. Okay, which would enable another generation. Okay, which was going to enable another generation, man. Okay, so right on cue, she says, "What? I'm pregnant." All this complaining about how hard she got it, but one thing about it, ain't nobody stop having children, man. See, all just this random fucking and just no plan and just out here and just random and winging it. See, all this shit finna play a factor now. All this poor decision making now is finna play a factor. All right, because Esau set up a system to where you can just be careless and still be straight. Okay, well now, all right, that carelessness, all right, is finna come home to roost, man. Okay, and I'm pregnant. No mention of a father because they just having children by these straight niggas. Okay, now, all right, all this finna play a factor, man. Poor decision making, okay, is finna be addressed, man. Okay, by prophecy. So there's more.
They cutting off EBT since the shutdown. I can't use EBT in November. I got 7 kids with 7 daddies. Who's supposed to feed them? Them men ain't paying for nothing. Now y'all want to starve us? This a Donald motherfucking Orange.
Yeah, they look, I'm not an ICE agent. I be on all type of side missions.
Man, J. Trump. I'm gonna tell you just like this. What the fuck you mean? Who ain't getting that goddamn food stamps in goddamn November? Cause I'm getting my goddamn shit. I don't know about the rest of you motherfuckers, but I'm getting my shit. Cause I'm gonna tell you just like this on Jesus Lamar motherfucking Christ. I will be at motherfucking Walmart with my steel toes on and my motherfucking helmet, and I dare a bitch try to stop me from walking out that motherfucking store with my groceries. Baby, I'm 250 pounds solid. Baby, you want to see a human motherfucking bulldozer, baby? Because that's what the fuck I'm going to turn into. If you think you going to stop me from leaving out that goddamn store with my motherfucking monthly groceries that I get every goddamn month, I ain't bothering no goddamn body, okay? Why the fuck is y'all bothering me and my goddamn food? I'm just so tired of his big back, bald head, cradle cap having ass. Shaped like a motherfucking penguin. Any motherfucking way, albino motherfucking walrus looking ass. I'm sick of him. Like, it's gonna be an episode of goddamn Snap if y'all turn them goddamn Snap benefits off. I can tell you that.
This is crazy.
And you see, all right, the pride there still, and Jake is talking like they got some type of power. And see, the Lord's finna show niggas how powerless they are. Okay, especially the nigga woman. All right, because the nigga woman really believes, that she's some type of superhero. Okay, and the Lord is finna break that up. You see, the Lord is finna show our people how powerless they are, man. Because in their mind, they just these indestructible, unstoppable niggas, man. Okay, and when they feel some type of way, the earth, okay, has to bend, all right, towards their will. You see, and the Lord is finna show them how powerless they are, man. All right, and all these women, like she said, all these women are 250 plus. Okay, and it's gonna be beautiful to see them 250 to go to 150. Okay, I would love to see that update. The Lord gonna have a lot of these 250 go to 150. A lot of you nigga women finna change weight classes, man. Okay, a lot of you super heavyweights finna go to welter and featherweight, man. You know, here to come. All right, let's play this, man.
Going online and say you're going to start robbing stores because your government card will probably not work in November. That is not survival. That is entitlement. There are folks who really need help. Disabled, single parents, people down, bad, trying to rebuild. But when someone publicly threatens to steal instead of working or even trying to find a job, it ruins empathy for those who actually deserve support. You can't demand respect while bragging about breaking the law. If you got the energy to scream on camera, to make threats, to talk tough, you've got the energy to work and to find something doing. This war doesn't owe you comfort just because life is unfair. Everyone is fighting something. But the difference is some people are fighting to improve their situations, and white people like you are trying to just remain victims. It's crazy. Zero accountability.
For years, the card kept refilling. No questions asked, no urgency, no accountability. People built entire routines around it. Shopping without budgeting, eating without planning, living without working. They thought it was unlimited, that the government would always provide, that food was a right, not a responsibility. And while they were swiping their EBT cards like debit cards, the system was quietly bleeding. The costs were rising, the fraud was growing, and the belief that this would last forever became a dangerous illusion. Now the illusion is gone. The benefits are being cut. The refills are shrinking, and the panic is setting in. Not because people didn't see it coming, but because they never believed it would. They ignored the warnings. They ignored the signs. They ignored the fact that no system can survive when it's treated like a bottomless pit. And now they're crashing. Not because they were caught off guard, but because they never prepared for the day the help might stop.
Morning.
Yeah, so I put the link for that video. There's about another 15 minutes, you know, if you want to watch that. So let's segue, because I said evil and only evil is come. So that's dealing, you know, which that's been the main thing with the stamps, but there's something else too. I said if a brother could put their Proverbs 6 and 16 and 17 Bible Shah. Let's see. Oh yeah, you got this one too. You know, they got something else on the chopping block, man. It's only bad news, man. And you trusted in Egypt, you brag, you got proud, you talk this shit, you know, you calling niggas broke and all that. All that's finna come back. Okay, and you niggas like that first nigga, okay, which comes in the spirit. That nigga had the spirit over nigga woman. All right, you niggas finna suffer. Okay, right along with your auntie now, man. All right, now let's play this, because now they mentioning cutting. All right, daycare. All right, let's go here.
If you think the world not having SNAP benefits is bad, just wait till we start losing daycare, which is basically the CAPS program. That's really when we gonna see a drastic change.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I started thinking yesterday. I was like, well, if the government is shut down and people can't go to work, and they're cutting the funding in regards to like government programs such as SNAP, child care, and other programs as well, how are some of these parents going to be able to pay for the child care for their children to go, especially if they get child care assistance? So it's totally going to have a domino effect. I really don't know what is going to be the outcome of this, but everything is shutting down. Make sure you're watching your pockets. Make sure you have backup plans, especially if you get child care assistance or you don't have a support system that can help you with your children. And that's one of the reasons why I am a stay-at-home mom, because I can't afford child care at this point in time. Just try not to stress yourself out, everybody. This will come to an end at some point, okay? You're just gonna have to learn how to pivot, like I've said in all my other videos. But yeah, it's getting real, and just make sure, you know, you're doing what you can to get through this.
If you've got honey at home, you might be one step away from wiping out your memory problems. Today, I'm going to show you how to make this recipe using raw honey.
Crazy work. I'm all about.
Yeah, so now, you know, what's on the chopping block is childcare. You know, people, they get assistance for childcare, man. And it all goes back to trusting this goddamn devil. Okay. The nigga woman repeating the same mistakes, okay, for generations, and depending on it, okay, depending on the devil to incentivize her poor decision making. Okay, this is what we're seeing. This is the nigga woman, all right, becoming extremely dependent on the serpent, incentivizing her poor decision making. All right. And now that he's pulling away these incentives, now the poor decision making, all right, are being exposed more than ever. Okay. 7 children. What that little chick say? She got 7 children with 7 daddies. Okay. Back to back to back, poor decision making, man. Okay. And Esau used to incentivize it. All right. Because that's why you need the daycare. See, when you go into the traditional system, okay, when the man was all right, out and about providing, the woman stayed at home. You didn't need daycare. Okay. The woman was the daycare. Okay. And all that money stayed in one household. Okay. When people had family farms, okay, they didn't have to worry about grocery prices of EBT because your grocery store was in your backyard. Okay. So Esau has, all right, tricked everyone into these cities. He has tricked the woman in trying to be the single mother. All right. And now, all right, as he snatches away, okay, the safety net that allowed these things to be, now, all right, Jake has no structure that they can fall back on. Okay. So now this shit finna get bad quick. Okay. Nigga culture is not a culture that you can implement and survive on. All right. Nigga culture only thrives as Esau feeds it. And when Esau starts feeding, okay, nigga culture, it dies instantly. Okay. It shatters instantly, man. And this is what we're seeing. Okay. So let's go here. I got another video. Get that precept too. All right. So let's go from there. This is elder brother Shaquat. He put this up. Okay. Well, let's get this precept and then we'll get that. All right. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 16. This is brother Mark Ball. It says, these 16 doth the Lord hate, and yet 7 are abomination unto him: a proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. Okay. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. All right. So here it is. We have a proud look. All right. You still have this proud look about what you're going to do about the situation. Okay. Like you some type of power. Okay. Still got this very proud look. Okay. A lying tongue and hands that shed innocent blood. That's another thing. Here it is. They try to make it, oh, my kids got to eat. Well, who leads the league in abortions? Okay. And that's why the Lord calls you a hypocritical nation, man. Okay. The people that lead the league in abortions, all of a sudden, they just care so much about the children. Okay. That narrative is played out. All right. And the only thing that's coming is judgment now. Judgment's finna walk Israel down, man. Okay. Only evil is come. Okay. Nothing but bad news, and it gets worse, man. All right. Let's yep. This the brother GMS prayer always hopeful elect, the brother Corner Waff, Isaiah 2:11. It said, the lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of men, all right, shall be bowed down, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day, man. And see, the Lord, all right, is what known by the judgment which he executed, man. A brother can post that Psalms 9:16. You see, the Lord's going to be exalted, man. Everybody's been so busy exalting themselves and talking about I'm that nigga, I'm that bitch, and all that. Okay. Everybody's been hyping themselves up, making these characters on social media and, you know, feeding into, everybody's a celebrity now. So now the Lord's finna exalt himself through judgment. You see, you people exalting yourself through memes and selfies, and you see, and videos, and you dance challenges. See, you exalted yourself being goofy and rebellious. The Lord finna exalt himself through judgment. Okay, how he makes pride to cease in the earth. That's how the Lord gonna exalt himself, man. Okay, so let's read that again. Isaiah 2:11. The lofty looks of man shall be humbled. Okay, and the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. And the Lord is going to break their pride. that's on Jake. The Lord finna break their pride up, man. Okay? And it says, Isaiah 2:12 said, "For the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon everyone that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low," man. So you 2/3, all right? You proud Americans, you know, because you Edomites finna suffer too. Because you Edomites is laughing at these Israelites losing these benefits, you finna suffer too. All you people finna suffer, man. All right, the spirit, all right, of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, our powers from the judge everyone that's proud, man. Okay, from let's say from the elite bankers, okay, to you EBT babies, man. Okay, judgment finna hit every sector of society, man, especially over here in America. Okay, so let's let this play real quick. All right, and you people coming up, you ain't no solution. You know, all you people trying to come up with these solutions, see, we need to share. You niggas ain't finna share a goddamn thing. All right, you niggas ain't got no integrity, no honor. Okay.
So as you guys know, Trump is trying to cut food stamps as in like November 1st, which is in a couple weeks, the day after Halloween. We may see the effects of that instantly, but I know by December 1st, we will be in full-blown panic. This country will be in full-blown panic by December 1st. That means the holidays are technically canceled. He is technically canceling Thanksgiving and Christmas because of this, because people are not going to be able to afford food on all sides. Because no matter what Republicans say, there are Republicans on food stamps. There are right-wingers on food stamps. They don't like to admit that they are on food stamps, but they are on food stamps. These government or Democrat-ran programs such as food stamps, WIC, are also helping those that do not talk about the issues. They are about to realize how real politics are, because he is going to strip government-funded programs from people that look like them too. Now, once this happens, I need you to understand what it looks like when people are hungry in a country. I don't think you've ever had to realize what it looks like since we've had food stamps for so long. People have been able to feed their kids. When people are not able to feed their fucking kids, people are going to rob, steal for their children.
And this is my thing too. You know, and people are saying they're gonna rob and steal for their children. Well, goddamn, who just gonna sit there and let you do that? Okay, like how did this shit work? You stealing from a mannequin? You know, these people talking about, well, I'm gonna just go rob and steal. Well, who the hell is just finna let you rob, okay, and steal from them? Okay, and in a time where everybody in dire straits, everybody on edge, everybody scrapped up. Okay, so they act like the earth supposed to be shook because, well, I'm gonna just go rob and steal. Well, okay, how this gonna work out? You just gonna go walk on people's property and you know, you that goddamn bad? All right.
Now, what I'm telling you to do right now is be ready that those food pantries and those food places that give out food, donation-based, are not going to have as much either, because everybody's going to try to go to them. So right now, today, October 17th, you have time between now and November 1st to start stocking your motherfucking house. Go to the store now, grab as much shit as you can. Act like it's COVID and you think you're about to be in the house for 2 weeks, go get groceries. I'm talking about stock the fuck up on anything
And that's another thing, you know, you're gonna have panic buying. You know, a lot of people finna start panic buying, and this is what they want. You know, they want you people scrambling in fear. Okay. At the same time, while they set up this digital, prison. Okay. And guess what they're going to introduce as a solution to all this, man? The solution to EBT funding and, this government assistance. Okay. Guess what they're going to present is the solve all. Okay. The CHIP. Okay. This is what all these things are leading to. And we can't lose sight of that. Okay. They worried about, Thanksgiving and Christmas. Well, ultimately, the elites are herding people into this new world order, man. All right. And they're doing it by causing division. Okay. Chaos, unrest. Okay. So they can bring the order with the solution of the CHIP. Okay.
Perishable. That means beans, rice, the stuff that your mama used to make for struggle meals. Get as much of that as possible, because once it's gone, it's gone. Remember how we had a supply shortage to begin with the trade and tariffs and shit? We ain't gonna have nothing. So if we want to survive this, we need to make sure that we stock our houses and be ready to fucking share with our neighbors. Sharing will be caring, and that's the only way we can survive. If you have children, make it well known to your neighbors that, hey, I might need some help if this goes down the way we believe it will.
Nigga. Sharing, it's over with, man. You people hate each other. All right, you people are narcissistic as hell. Okay, so this sharing idea, people think, people just go, nah, man. Okay, people just like they are now, they gonna be worried about their goddamn self. Okay, and if your plan is depend on people sharing, okay, and it might start off, with a few people sharing, but as these things loom and resources become more scarce, man, you people don't have no foundation that you stand on when it comes to any type of morality or virtue. No, you're going to get grimy. All right. This is a grimy society. You've been bred to be grimy. Everything you do is grimy. All right. So if you've been bred to be grimy when things been in abundance, what the hell you going to be when things get scarce, man? You're going to be more grimy. All right. And more violent. You see?
Sharing will be caring in this country, and we have to. There's no option, or we will not survive, and people will die. Do you understand me?
I find it real strange that they will cut off everybody's food stamps right before Thanksgiving. Let's get into this. This video is about to get a little dark and a little deep. Stay with me. First, I want to say it's real fucked up that we have to pay for food. No other life form on this planet had to pay for what the universe gave them, except for us. We got to pay for food, air, water, heat. But let's go a little deeper into this, because we get into a point where the so-called elites are going to say that food is not a human right. Let me rewind that. They're going to say food is not a human right. We don't really need it. We are dealing with order and chaos. They come with their chaos, then fix it with their order, but they add certain laws that take more rights away from us. We don't have birthrights. We don't have human rights. Anytime they can do something like this, right before Thanksgiving, think about it. Pretty soon, USA will be a third world country, and we will have a dictator in our office. Well, I think we already have one, but the third world country shit is coming real soon. They look at us like food is not an option. Water is not an option. having somewhere to live at is not an option. They stole all of our human rights, but we can't even figure this shit out yet. It's 8 billion people against 13 families, but we still argue and debate about sports, singers, rappers, all that shit that don't even mean nothing. And behind the scenes, they're taking everything away from us. So people losing their food stamps. Don't be surprised if Bill Gates come out of nowhere and say, I have an option. When a scientist start giving you options about your food, think about it. No more real food. No more taste to your food. Just lab grown shit.
And these devils, all right. And you see Jake, you know, he think, you know, one of them Jakes, you could tell he think he deep, you know, but being deep. See, the only thing that's gonna be of a benefit, okay, is favor with Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. Okay. Just knowing certain things and having certain facts, it's still not gonna get you anywhere neither. Okay. So you Jakes, all right, you constantly ignoring the prophets, okay? Especially these Jakes that think they know something. You know, it's going to get bad just because you know it's going to get bad. But if you don't have, all right, Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, okay, it's still going to get bad for you, man. All right, and these devils, all right, Bill Gates, what do you say? We need to start thinking about the future of food if we are going to feed 9 billion people in a way that does not destroy our environment, man. You know, and it goes back to the Methuselah, you know, theory that there's too many people and the earth can't support, you know, only a certain amount of people, you know, and that also justifies them, you know, with their depopulation agendas. Okay. So let's get some of these precepts, you know, you brothers got. It's some, I guess I'll say that, or rather I just say that for tomorrow. You know, let me go into, well, let me see. Because you still got this. Then I'll get you brothers precepts. All right. So when you go here to, because you still have, you know, Esau trying to provoke, all right, citizens to attack these federal agents so they can be justified in repping up, all right, the federal force, you know, more military force. So let's play this. You know, you're supposed to have, you know, U.S. Marshal being shot, you know, ICE agents, you know, under attack. All right. So let's play this, you know, because I say this is the whole food stamp thing is just one, all right, one effect of prophecy. All right. There's going to be multiple things happening at the same time. Okay. There's going to be things that happen. Like I say, these things are going to be happening back to back. You're going to forget about, all right, the crisis of last week because there's going to be a new crisis that's going to be worse than that. Okay. So you're going to have all these things unfolding at the same time. So let's play this.
Federal officials have been rammed in an escalating event of ICE immigration lockdowns or takedowns across the United States of America. There was just a report issued yesterday that we saw a U.S. Marshal that took fire because of this. The U.S. Marshal was shot. We are now experiencing an increase in these types of attacks. Let's go ahead and watch as some of these events unfold.
Moments ago from Los Angeles. This is according to multiple ICE and Fox News sources. A U.S. Marshal and an illegal alien were both shot in L.A. this morning. It was during an immigration operation. Both at this time, we are told, have non-life-threatening injuries. Fox is told that.
So this was kind of the catalyst that we were watching out for and warning everybody about. When you start to see immigration enforcement actually getting attacked out there, they're getting rammed with vehicles. In some cases, they're getting shot at with force multipliers. This is just the kind of thing that the current Trump administration was waiting for. They will use this type of event to escalate things further on the street. We might start to see the National Guard be pushed deeper into territory. We could even see some door-to-door pullouts taking place. The left side of government has said that as soon as that happens, we might as well be in civil war. And it's that type of talk that'll really get us into trouble as a country.
Why waste another summer not loving your body?
With Base 44, we turn that question into a success.
Ray Dalio has said that civil war is a real possibility, and this is emerging because there are irreconcilable differences between the left and the right, or alternatively between government and citizen. Allied countries have been briefed about a Venezuelan or all-out Caribbean attack. An advisor to the prime minister of a U.S. national ally and another separate diplomatic source have both said that what is being run as drug smuggling operations by the U.S. military right now is actually going to be turned into a full conflict. Now, I'm going out and getting today.
So you got, supposedly federal agents being shot. They're going on these ICE raids. Okay, and it's, you see you have ICE and U.S. Marshal working together. So you have, more, all right, escalation, between, all right, citizens, okay, and federal law enforcement, man, which is sparking a civil war. All right, then you have this by Elder Pastor Hart. He put a quick video up. All right, quick breaking news. So now you have ICE, okay, in New York, in NYC now. Okay, let's play this.
Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. Anyway, breaking news. ICE is now in New York City, in Manhattan, Lower Manhattan, the Chinatown area, Canal Street, like right around the, you got the Manhattan Bridge. You go further down southbound, you wind up on the Battery Park, that area where the courts are. In Chinatown, if you've never been to Chinatown, that's a long strip of Chinese businesses. And they were saying that they were arresting African Americans. I believe they were maybe vendors down there. So they're just grabbing anything up. So this was a surprise on me. They didn't mention anything about coming to New York City as of yet, but it says right here, PIX 11 News, which is local New York news station, and this is Canal Street area. ICE agents clash with large crowd in Lower Manhattan. Shame. And even this news company is saying it's a shame. So, Narrow 47 have declared war on not all Americans, but Israelites. Every one that's been detained were either Northern Kingdom or Southern Kingdom. So, we think that has it in for Israelites. He knows that we're the Israelites. The elite told him that we're the Israelites, and he has to break them up so the prophecy is not fulfilled. So anyway, breaking news. ICE agents, they're coming with the whole military get up. Right? Anyway, shalom, on to the next.
So now you have ICE, NYC, all right? And what are they doing? Okay, they go in there, Jake. You see? And then you had this, so it's going down, evil, only evil, man. It's going down. So many things happening at one time. Prophecy is finna overwhelm these people, man. Okay. Now you had this, the brother Yaqub, the hopeful elect 3. Okay. You had this. He sound like an Israelite, shared a dream about martial law. It was pretty straight to the point. Cause this where we at. Okay. He didn't go into details, straight to the point of, his dream about martial law. So let's play this.
Hey, good morning, brothers and sisters. Tony has a dream that he wants to share this morning, and it was about the military here in America. Okay, this is his dream. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Antonio. I wake up this morning. I wake up this morning. I was thinking about a dream I got last night. Whereas in the dream, I know I was up in the sky. That's where I feel. And then I would see in the earth. You know, I know I was American. There was soldiers everywhere, and they was dressed like normal dress. The soldiers America, camouflage, black, green, dark green, and people screaming, yell, run to the house. Some come out of the house with a gun, start to shoot each other. Military shoot people, people shoot military, and there was a lot of crazy stuff happening. You know, just everywhere. You know, I look down, it's like the whole America is just like that. Kids run, kids getting killed, kids shoot back to military kids shoot, everybody shoot each other and kill each other. And that's the end of the dream.
Yeah, but and he also said that they'd come in and kick your doors in. The military would kick the door in.
And just start to kill people, yes.
Yeah, to sum it up, my boy said, military killed people, people killed military, everybody killed each other. And that was the end of the dream, man. All right, and this is what's coming. Okay, if a brother can post that too, 2 Esdras 16 and 21 and 22. Okay, and yeah, we can get some closing precepts. What you brothers got? You know, the why to you both brothers for posting. You know, on the comment board these precepts. All right, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 9, verse 16. It says, "The Lord Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai is known by the judgment which He executed." All right, the wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Okay, so the Lord is known by judgment. He's finna introduce Himself to the world through judgment. Okay, and all this wickedness plotted by Esau, Edom, he's gonna be the number one victim of all this wickedness that he's put out in the earth, man. Okay, so the Lord's finna make a name for Himself, through judgment. And we finna see judgment on a level the earth has never seen it before. Okay, and the brother got this as well. It says this 2 Esdras 6 and 22. This is brother Kazakban Yahawada. It says, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty," man, because it's not gonna take long, okay, for the shelves in these grocery stores to be emptied out through panic buying and looting. You know, especially as these devils, you know, start to withhold these benefits, man. And it's gonna get violent. All right, famine leads to violence, man. Extreme violence. Okay, civil unrest. You know, I say the civil war. Okay, it's finna be all over the place, man. Everybody, he said, I seen everybody killing everybody. He said, military shooting children, children shooting military, adults shooting adults, military shooting adults. Okay, when they sum it up, he's seen everybody killing everybody, man. Okay, and the scriptures, back that up. This 2 Esdras 6 and 24 says, "And at that time shall friends fight against one another like enemies. Okay, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs, okay, of the fountains shall stand still." Yeah, and the spring represents what was a source of nourishment. Okay, so these things that people are used to being nourished by are going to stand still. Okay, and in 3 hours they shall not run for a period of time. And that time that it's not running, man, it's just gonna get extremely violent. Okay, it's gonna get extremely bad out here, man. Okay, let's go. Yep, the brother got this from Matthew 24 and 12. Okay, and it says, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." Okay, the love of many shall wax cold, and that's the spirit, that we see in the earth is a very cold spirit. So if you people think that as these people, start to lose resources, you think people are going to come together and kumbaya in this community and share? No. And see, that's the beautiful thing about being amongst the network of believers. This is going to be the only place where true love is at in the earth. Everybody else finna betray each other, man. Okay? The only true loyalty and integrity and honor and honesty and true agape, okay, and love is going to be amongst the hopeful elect. All right? And another thing too, you brothers and you sisters, man, hey, trust less. Trust these people less than you already trust them now. Be discreet, be very, this is the time to be mysterious. Okay, so this is the time to move in the shadows of society while this place collapse, man. Be strategic in how you move. Okay, you can't move like 2015 and 16. You can't move like that anymore. All right, this is a new era that we're going into, man. So move accordingly, man. Stay in the loop. Understand what's happening around you. Hey, we got a network, amongst each other. Reach out, and see, that's the thing about, being around. You've been here, you develop, their rapport. Okay, being consistent. You see, this is when all these things are going to play out. We've been sowing, in righteousness, and Lord willing, we reap in mercy, man. It says 2 Ezra 16:21. It says, "Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion." Okay, sword, famine, and great confusion, man. All right, so these people, they think that the worst case scenario is that they don't have a turkey for Christmas. They don't understand how much evil is growing in the earth. And see, if these things happen, as prophecy settle in more and more, the more confused these people are going to be, because they haven't been rehearsing these prophecies, man. Okay, we've been rehearsing these things, man, in the spirit. Okay, and if you haven't been rehearsing prophecy, you're not in tune with prophecy, man. You're just going to be more confused as these things grow in the earth. All right, the sword, all right, which is the modern day gun. Okay, famine and great confusion. And it says, for many, it's the point, it says, for many of them that dwell upon earth, all right, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger, all right, the sword shall destroy. Okay, and that's another thing you people, is talking about stocking up and, I got this and that. Nah, man, that's not gonna work. Okay, prep. You ain't gonna be able to prep your way out of this, man. Okay, because let's say you do have, a stock, a supply. Okay, well, guess what? You're gonna make yourself a target. All right, you're just gonna become a target, man, because people are gonna be scavenging for food. Okay, so people that trust in their prepping, they just making themselves a bigger target, man. And they're gonna be the ones that's gonna die by their sword, man. People are gonna be hunting them down. At the end of the day, man, we just have to depend on the Lord. Okay. Now, as far as moving in wisdom, now it'd be wise to shop, okay, in a way that you don't have to be in the midst of these crowds. Put it to where you can be out the way, out these people way. To where you're just not in the immediate need. You see, but thinking that you're gonna fill rooms and storehouses full of food, and you're gonna prep your way through these times. No, the Lord, all right, only through Yahweh Bashim Al Shai are we gonna get through this, man. You see, if it had not been for the Lord, now may Israel say. Okay, so yeah, we coming into these times, all right, and it's gonna get way worse. Okay, people are gonna get way more demonic, way more violent, way more grimy. All right, these things are gonna increase, man. So these next few months, we'll be watching closely, man. Going into the 1st of November, okay, going through the rest of the year, because it's not gonna take long for these things, to get very chaotic, you know, and these people be in riot mode, you know. So Lord will, you know, you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified once again, and give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers, and peace and blessing salutation to the hopeful elect. Shalom. Read this scripture on the way out. All right, this is brother Kazak Boy Yahweh, the Psalms 18:2, and it says, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my power, my strength, in whom I will trust, my buckler and the horn of my salvation and my high tower. Shalom.